Good morning, everybody. How you doing today? My name's Andrew.
Abby.
I'm Matt. I'm Pop Pop.
I'm Callie. I'm Zuriel.
I'm Daniel.
And we're some of the Veggie Boys.
And girls.
And we'd like to thank you for stopping by. If you're new here, please consider subscribing because we can grow a lot of stuff on the farm, but one thing we can't grow is this channel without your help. Welcome back, everyone. It's so nice to have you with us today. Just got finished off with morning chores. We didn't have any trouble, and the animals, they all look pretty good. We got a little more rain last night into this morning. It's made sure that things are plenty sloppy around here and in the fields. Probably the biggest change that we have, though, is that the temperature difference, it's pretty crazy. I believe it's like a 30-degree temperature difference from yesterday's high into today. So I won't lie to you, when I got up this morning, I was a little chilly. However, these cooler temperatures, it's gonna make for a joyful harvest today, and I'm ready to get out to the fields and get started picking. The first job that we've got on the schedule today is harvesting some red beets. We've got a pretty large patch out here in the garden, and I've already harvested 2 nice piles of the red beets. Now that the red beets are getting to a larger size, it's time to harvest them. If we wait too long, the red beets will get really, really big. And what we've noticed over the past few years is that people in this local area, they don't necessarily like having massive red beets. So by harvesting them earlier on, we can make sure that everybody is getting exactly what they wanted. Thankfully, it's not super dry out either. Those rains that we had recently received have softened up the soil just enough so I don't have to worry about ripping the tops off of the red beets while I'm pulling them out. It just makes this job so much easier. Now, even though many of the red beets have gotten a nice size to them, not every single one is ready to harvest. So I am being selective, going through the field and just pulling out the larger ones that I see. Harvesting red beets is definitely one of those jobs that can tire you out, but thankfully it's not too bad this morning. The ground is nice and soft, and the red beets, they are beautiful. I mean, look at the progress that we've made. We haven't made it that far in the field, and we got one big pile here and one big pile here. I'm picking Bill, so you...
We have a lot of picking to do.
Oh yeah, we do. We got a decent amount of red beets now harvested. What we like to do here is pull the tops off and sell them just as the beet themselves. Some people will like to leave the tops with the beets, but here in the local area, what we found is that a lot more customers prefer having the tops of the red beets pulled off. If somebody does have a special request to leave them on, we do that for them. It's no big deal. But today we're gonna be pulling the tops off because that's what we need for orders and for the farm market. some of you will notice that we got someone special with us today. We have Zuriel. Zuriel is back. I guess your dad told you had to get out of the house again, huh? Yeah. Yeah, but you enjoy being at the farm, don't you?
Yeah.
What's been your favorite job that you've done here?
Driving the quad.
He likes driving the quad.
Yes,
Yeah, probably driving the quad. What are you doing, Callie? Looking at the red beets? How do they look? They look cool? Good. What does it remind you of? Food?
Yeah,
Yummy, healthy food, that's right. That's what we've got here. Zuriel and I have been breaking down this pile of red beets. We've been sorting the large ones and the small ones. Zuriel has been grabbing the large ones. He's almost got a full basket here. They look really nice. Then over here are the smaller ones. We got our first and second pile of red beets now all harvested. We're gonna continue to harvest some more. We've got just about 2 full baskets. So for the first real red beet harvest of the year, it's looking great. When you look at these red beets, one thing that is very obvious is that they are very tightly packed together. We seeded them very, very close. When we go through with our hand seeder that we use, we're putting on a lot of seed, and we're doing that for one big reason, trying to get as many red beets as possible into the garden. Now, something that happens when you have all these red beets so close together is that they don't grow as fast because there's not a lot of room for them to grow. But that's kind of the thing we were planning on. We're kind of trying to keep the red beets a little on the smaller side. But as we start pulling red beets out of the soil and opening up more room for the red beets, these things will continue to grow, and they'll continue to grow fast. So we're kind of opening up a big can of worms by harvesting red beets, but that's okay. The red beets are beautiful, and there are many, many people looking for red beets. And a lot of you may remember that these red beets, they are quite the favorite of the local deer population. We've had problems with them in the past. Thankfully this year, we haven't had too many troubles. And that's good. That's kept Grammy very, very happy. It's one big thing about the deer. We love looking at them, but they better stay out of Grammy's red beets, right, Dad?
That's right.
It causes a lot of problems. We just got the red beets all ran through the washer. They look really good. But since things like red beets and potatoes really dirty up the washer, we like to go through and spray the washer off afterwards. We've now made it out to the fields, and the next thing that we have planned for harvesting today is cucumbers. And we have somebody with us that's very excited about this. Callie, why are you so excited to be out in the cucumber field?
Because I want to eat one cucumber.
While we're out here, the number one thing we need to grab is the cucumbers, but we've also got something else that needs to be picked. So Dad, myself, and Callie are on our way to it. We were so excited to get over here and get picking our next thing that we forgot a basket. So Dad's got to run and grab a basket. Oh, Callie, what do we have here?
Kohlrabi.
Ooh.
I want to eat one.
Okay, so how does it taste?
Good.
Good? Did you miss kohlrabi? Are you happy to be eating it again? Oh yeah, can I get a woohoo?
Woohoo.
Come on, we need to get to the bigger kohlrabi so we can start picking. She's just so stinking cute today. And she's so excited to be out here doing some picking.
That was mud.
Yep. There is mud everywhere today. What's crazy is that kohlrabi I just cut up for Callie. She ate the whole thing already. She's asking for more. These kohlrabi that we are harvesting right now were actually kohlrabi plants that we were trying to sell, and we weren't able to sell them. They got too large. So we ended up taking them and transplanting them ourselves to avoid losing them, because if you don't get these plants put into the soil at a certain time, they start producing their head, and then they won't actually get a nice head to them because there's no room for the plant to grow. But since we were able to get them out here and get them planted a little early on, we got an extra harvest in this year. We've done that in the past with other plants that we haven't been able to sell. We just take them and plant them ourselves, and it's worked out pretty good for us. And it's actually really cool to see the comparison right now. So here we have our kohlrabi plant, full maturity, ready to harvest. And then if we just move right over here, these are actually kohlrabi plants that we had transplanted into the soil not that long ago. They're starting to grow, and if we look at the base, it's starting to grow its head right there. Isn't that cool? And there we have it, our beautiful basket of kohlrabi. Now, a big question that we get asked constantly is why we don't take the leaves with us that were on the kohlrabi. And a lot of people will probably be curious about the same thing with the red beets. What's cool is that a lot of the nutrients that these plants need are actually found in their leaves. So we basically put them back in the field, and it acts as a compost or a fertilizer for the plants. Another thing is, we found that people in our local area, they don't want to buy the leaves. We've also taken them back for the animals before, but we feel that it's more valuable to put the plant material, the organic material, back into the soil. That way it invites all different types of insects into the soil, and it only benefits the crop. The worms will be there aerating the soil. So that's why we don't take all those leaves home with us. We just compost them right back into the field. It looks like they've been finding a decent amount of cucumbers in the fields. We've got a little bit of an update for you. We've been making progress on our way through the fields. Dad is now here. He is harvesting zucchini. And Daniel, myself, and Matthew, we've just about finished off the row. We only have a little bit more to go. The only problem is the harvest is great today, like too great. I think we're gonna run out of baskets. But there's worse problems to have. When you have a good harvest, that's a good thing. That's a really good thing. What are you singing? Look at that.
That song's stuck in my head. I told you that you couldn't get on the web.
Since we're gonna have to wash the cucumbers, they're a little on the dirty side. We got all the cucumbers loaded onto the wagon. We're gonna get the zucchini loaded onto the truck. Look at all the peppers on this plant. None of them are ready to pick, but just look at this thing. Wow, that is something. While we were picking up the zucchini, Daniel and my dad got some Italian peppers harvested. And once we got finished off with that, we moved over here and grabbed some bell. The bell peppers look beautiful, but just look at that view. What a view. Alrighty, let's see, what do we have for lunch? Okay, Grammy had made these stuffed peppers. These are special stuffed peppers. We got some tuna and egg salad. Grammy made brownies and fresh homemade pickles. Woo! There's always time for a little bit of playing while you're working. We've got Zuriel over here. He's loading the cucumbers onto the washer, and he's doing a really nice job. Something he's trying to do is make sure all the cucumbers are straight so that when they go through, they all get washed individually. Everything that we harvested has now been through the washer, and it looks really good. All we need to do is get it up and into the cooler. Oh yeah, that's yummy. As you can see, we're harvesting beans. We need quite a bit for the farm market. We already got some yellow picked, which they looked a little on the young side, but this is our first planting for the year. So we're not expecting all of them to be yellow at the same time. We've been doing a lot of hand picking, so kind of expect the younger beans to not be caught up with the older beans. But anyway, we got some yellow picked. We're just gonna have to sort through those. And we got some green picked. I would say the green looked good for the most part. We're also gonna have to sort through them. Some of the spots it was a little muddier than others and the beans weren't so nice. But for the most part, they look pretty good. Matthew doesn't really seem to be needing too much help, so I'm gonna walk over to Daniel and help him. He dug some potatoes out of the ground and he's gonna need help picking them up. One of our latest plantings of sweet corn is coming up and looking really, really nice. Lots of harvest to come out of this field. This makes me want like mashed potatoes so bad. Daniel had thought he got enough potatoes dug, but he was just a little bit short. We want to get 5 or 6 more baskets, so he's running the machine one more time. We got a decent amount picked up off the ground yet, but we just need a little bit more to fill a bin. Daniel and I just finished picking up the last of the potatoes that we had on the ground. And I have to say, for early potatoes, they are looking really good. The only thing we're running into trouble with is there are some rotten potatoes in certain areas, but we're not sure if that's just water was laying and that's what caused that. We're not 100% sure. But from what we've seen, the potatoes look good. For early potatoes, they have nice size to them, and it's making me excited for our later season potatoes that we had planted. How do they look, Daniel?
They're in there pretty deep. There's a yellow one.
Wow. We just got all the potatoes loaded onto the truck. We're ready to head back to the farm for a wash. We like to talk about how busy we are out in the fields, but the girls don't get enough credit, the ones back here at the farm market. This place is a madhouse right now. We just spent the last 10 minutes helping the girls inside the farm market. We were restocking everything and making sure that they had plenty of help. It was a little chaotic in there, but now they're all set and ready to go, and we're on our way back out to the fields. For our next job, it brings us out to the sweet corn field. Last time we were out here, we talked a little bit about some of the crop damage that we had been seeing, but in this field in particular, it hasn't been too bad. We need to get 500 ears of corn for an order, and then we need another bin for the farm market. So we're trying to get 2 bins of sweet corn picked. How's that taste, Zuriel? Is that good?
Great.
Yeah.
It's coming, it's buzzing, it's humming, a bee!
Whoa. Who do we see? Hi! Hi, I missed you.
Mommy.
Yeah, I'm Daddy, I'm not Mommy. That's Mommy.
Mommy.
What's your name?
Lily.
Lily and Ronnie. I just got home from work and I got welcomed by some beautiful babies. It's been a long day. It's been a very long day. Did the kids behave today?
They did great.
Good.
They let me clean.
Oh, what? No way. Oh, but anyway, it's been a wild, wild day. I am tired. We're having Mexican food for dinner from a local restaurant. So we're pretty excited about the Mexican food. And since we're excited about the Mexican food, that does mean this is where we're going to be ending the video today. We would like to thank everyone for watching. And we hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.